Did early humans get jealous when their partners were having sex with other people? Because nowadays we get very jealous, and that seems like a normal thing to me. But we know that early humans did a lot of mating with each other. There were a lot of penises and a lot of vaginas. Nobody cared about paternity. Nobody really knew who the father was. The whole tribe raised the children. And people just had sex with everybody. That's why we have the sperm competition theory of human evolution, that the penis and the sperm are the best sperm one, because there were many sperms and many vaginas. So I came across a video the other day by Eckhart Tolle, and I wish I could find it, but I can't. He has talked about how humans have evolved, and what we are evolving through now is to not identify with our thoughts and to not identify with our ego, and that we didn't always have an ego. Animals do not have an ego. People love their dogs because dogs don't have an ego. They're not identified with thought. They don't have judgments. They just love you no matter what. They're very present. Animals are very present in the moment. So are little children, I'm going to add. When children are first born, they're just very present in the moment. And Eckhart Tolle has also talked about how children have to develop an ego. They will develop an ego. That's when they start, back talking and not agreeing with you. They have to go through that. We have to develop an ego. But we didn't, I think he was saying that we didn't always have an ego. And as humans have evolved, we didn't just evolve physically, we've also evolved mentally. Our brains have evolved. We didn't always, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, I think we didn't always have a prefrontal cortex. So our brains evolved, and now we're a lot more aware of our feelings. I don't know if we always were aware of our feelings, or if we were just more like animal states, that we evolved to feel, to have higher order thinking, to have an ego. Okay? So the way that early humans interacted would have been very different from how we interact now. So now we evolved to have an ego, and now our ego has become kind of destructive because we identify with thought. We think that we have to attain more status, more money, more power, more thoughts to matter. That's how the ego grows. People are afraid to not have their ego. Who am I without my ego, without my thoughts, without my beliefs? And now the challenge for people is to not identify with that ego. That's where listening to Eckhart Tolle is really good, and being comfortable with spaces between words, spaces, or standing in line at the grocery store and just standing there. Not going to kill you. Stopping at a stoplight and being okay with just sitting there. Realizing that we're not our thoughts, we're observing our thoughts. So just take a moment right now, whatever you're thinking about me or what I'm saying, just notice that who's doing the thinking? Who's having the thought? So that's the next step in human evolution. But I think that even like common things as paying attention to feelings, they didn't always used to do that. They used to try to suppress them. So we're evolving in all kinds of ways. And just chime in. I'd love to hear your comments on this video. This isn't going to be another short one. And it's more to think about how we think about romantic relationships. And one more thing, a lot of romantic relationships, people are seeking to copy the experience of maternal love. This unconditional love that we got from our mothers, at our mother's breasts. Yeah, we need fathers, but a father is useless the first 6 months of life. I mean, you could have formula, but the baby needs the mother's breast, the mother's milk, okay, to survive. And that kind of there's a lot of that frontal positioning, hugging during sex, very sensual, and people wanting their partner to love them and accept them and be there for them the way that they wanted their mommies to be there for them. And a lot of people have become very codependent on their spouse. Like, who am I if I don't have my spouse? Who am I if I'm all alone? While other people are like, I just want to be left alone because people are triggering and annoying. And it's to just be like, be okay with what is, not identify with any of it, and not look to someone else to complete us while still enjoying life forms. Because the purpose of life, I believe Eckhart Tolle said this, I'm pretty sure Maharishi said this, is for consciousness to experience itself, to manifest and experience itself. It's like the Veda Lila, the play of life. But we're going around all like, I need this and I need that, and arguing and debating, instead of just, we were supposed to get to some kind of next level where we can enjoy the stillness and not identify with thought forms and enjoy the forms of life, the structures, which we cling to. And then the door to gaining some of the inner stillness is when a challenge comes up, like a cancer, a job loss, a relationship breakup. Those are opportunities to go beyond what we thought were the structures, the pain. But I think if we keep growing, we don't have to experience pain. This is my own theory, but I could be wrong. I guess I heard that Eckhart Tolle had cancer recently. Is that true? So, even if you meditate and do everything right, you can still get sick and get cancer. But yeah, I just think that the reason that early humans were just having sex with everybody and not minding is because they didn't have an ego to feel jealous or the feelings to have jealous. They were probably more in an animal-like state, like a dog or a cat, where they were just in the moment and just living for survival. And now we have our bigger brain. Our brains have evolved. We do know our brains have gotten bigger. We have a prefrontal cortex. We have more ability to feel and perceive. And now we have to not identify with that. I'm not saying that people should sleep around. I think there's a place for structure and contentment in the relationships that we have. So those are just some thoughts I just wanted to share with you guys. Thank you for watching.